9, 6, 12. Hey, welcome to the JaySquared Podcast. I'm Jesoma.
I'm J-Rock.
And we have a lovely show for you today. And fun fact, this is about our 4th or 5th time trying this out. Apparently, everything has a connection issue, except for this one platform that we both actually hate.
Sponsor us.
That's a good one. How was your week, J-Rock, up until this point?
The week has been lovely, as I've said for the 5th time. Yeah. So yeah, it's just been quite lovely, and then just Wi-Fi issues, but we live and we learn. Part of an influencer life.
That's very true. Apparently,
Yeah.
we are influencers now.
Sorry, I'm annoyed. Jesoma, how was your week?
Well, like I explained for about the 5th time, it just gets more depressing. It's been very sad. Sad, but healing in a lot of ways. Yeah, it's just been pretty depressing. But I did have my first therapy session with a new therapist, so that's been actually really great.
That's amazing.
Thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah, it's just been very, some things like kind of just don't, you're not going to get over, and it just kind of hurts every time, but you got to keep moving forward and just try to do things in the best way possible and make sure you amend all the things that you've amended, and you went out and you just treated things the best way that you can while you have them. So, yeah, that was a little bit down, but let's get into it.
Hold up, because I think you're gonna be upset at me right now. But
okay,
is your microphone actually connected?
Yeah. Oh shit! Is
are
it?
You sure?
Oh my god! Can you not hear me?
Can you? No, I could hear you. It just sounds
far.
Yeah. So I don't know if you just want to double check that it's your microphone and not your computer. That's.
Oh my god. Oh my god. You know what? It's okay. It was like, can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
That was it? Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
We'll live with that. I don't care anymore.
Yeah, it's only been 3 minutes. It's okay. It's okay.
Cool.
But yeah, it's just been, I guess, it's just been pretty tough. But, like you said, living, we learn.
Baby steps.
Baby steps, but it's definitely a journey. But enough about me. Let's get into your hot take.
All right, so let's try this again. My unhinged question for everyone is, do we need to apologize for farting in a public bathroom?
What the fuck, man? Where does this come from?
Okay, so I was at the movie theater like a couple weeks ago, and I walked in to, just pee before the movie so I could watch the movie full. And as I walked in, like, someone farted, and then they were like, "Oh, excuse me." And I'm like, that's so weird. Like, why would you say excuse me? You're already in the bathroom. Like, why would you say that? So, like, I don't know. I thought it was weird that someone said that when we're in a public bathroom, knowing that other people are in there probably pooping, farting, peeing. Who knows what they're doing? But why, do you actually need to apologize for that? For like,
it
farting?
does seem strange. It does seem strange because it's kind of we're like, that's what the place is kind of made for. Yeah. So do you have to apologize? I guess it's a common courtesy thing, but also,
is it though?
Damn, I guess you don't have to apologize for that. You just blew my mind because I thought you were just being nice. But maybe it's a trauma response or a reflex to just apologize, or embarrassment. Like, you're embarrassed that people heard you fart. Damn.
I feel like it's the latter. Like, I feel like people are just like, oh, whoopsies. Like, I was like, girl, you in the bathroom. Let it out.
Shit it up. Shit it up.
Like, it is what it is.
That was a really good one. I appreciated that. All
Thank
right.
you.
You really lifted the mood there.
I tried.
All right. So let's get to our sports and entertainment. So I guess I'll address this one a little bit. So Fat Man Scoop, if you guys don't know, he's pretty much DJ slash hype man, very iconic. He passed away. Apparently, he passed away and his last words were, I really don't want to get this wrong, actually. Give me 1 second.
You're good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we don't have Jamie around. So,
yeah.
Yeah. If you do find out where Jamie is, please let them know that we're struggling with life right now.
We're struggling without you, Jamie. If you could hear us. All right. So Fat Man Scoop's last words were, if you came to party, make some noise.
What a way to go.
What a way to go. He died after collapsing on stage in Connecticut last night. So this would be, I guess, August 30th. And yeah, to pass away doing what you love is a blessing, but way too young, especially for an icon of his magnitude. So RIP to him. Damn it. Well, yeah. Well, let's go on to. I feel like I have all of the negatives.
Yeah, actually, can you jump and go to the Crow, and then we'll leave sports for the end?
Great. Let's get into more bad news that I have to go ahead and deliver. That sounds fun. So
I believe in you.
I hate this place. So apparently, if you guys ever heard of The Crow, The Crow is a movie that's from pretty much the 90s and stuff like that, or something like that. And
it's a classic.
It's a classic movie, and they really went in on this movie saying, you know what, this is going to be the remake, the reboot. They rebooted it in 2024, and it flopped. It took $50 million to make, and it made about $10 million overall. And that's just such a massive loss, especially for everybody involved. If you're trying to, go ahead and create this type of iconic or recreate this type of iconic movie, you would at least expect that the diehard fans would revive it to the extent of at least it breaking even. But this is not what happened. You look at movies like It, or you look at, other types of movies, they go above and beyond just because of a core fan base. The subjects or the content itself doesn't even have to be as good. So it just sucks to kind of see that. But at the end of the day, I mean, this is what happens. This is the game, right? It's just kind of funny to see. It's funny, in my opinion, to go ahead and watch this happen, because I'm like, damn, it begs the question, or it gives the answer to the long-lasting question: does everything need to be a remake? And I guess this is a heavy-ass no. Not everything needs to be remade. Not everything needs a sequel. Some things are just good as they are. But now we have a shining example of why that rings true. What do you think?
I agree. I feel like a lot of the remakes that we're making have been misses. Like, there's been a handful of hits. I just feel like Hollywood is running out of ideas, so we're in this whole remake phase of movies, or the oldies, throwing it back to those 50s and 60s style movies that people want to make now, which I'm gonna be honest with you, that shit is boring.
Shit boring.
I mean, now we have the Alien remake,
or
God knows, Alien 7, whatever the fuck number it is. I will say, Wicked, it does look good, so I'm not gonna complain about that until we see it. And thankful that Beetlejuice is like a sequel, not like a remake of the original, because that's also a cult classic. But yeah, no, we need better ideas. And if we want to remake a movie, how about just make it a sequel?
I
Like
think
if you really like the original, make it a sequel.
Or if you really want the original to like be as popping, then you could just make a sequel instead of a remake. I think that what happens is that they can't pour into the old actors as much as they could have in the past, like because a lot of these movies they came out 80s, 70s. So you think about it, it's almost 30, 40 years, 40, 50 years ago. Like, how much can you get out of an actor that was an icon? Yeah, I know, right? Makes
yeah, damn.
Damn. But yeah, how much can you get out of an iconic actor that came out back then? The only person that keeps on just making it happen is, well, one of the only people is, I forgot her name, from Halloween. She still snaps. She still snaps every single time. Jamie Lee Curtis. She still snaps every single
Freaky
time.
Friday.
Still snaps.
Yeah.
So
I was gonna say Harrison Ford, but
Harrison Ford. I guess
yeah.
But she keeps coming back, and she's like, "Yeah, all right, I'll do it."
And better and better and better.
Better and better and better. So it's like one of those things. I mean, I definitely do love the idea of creating new things though, but I don't think that we're as invested into it when it's not like a remake. But I think that's just a lack of creativity on the people who create, or on the directors, or on the storytellers. It's their lack of creativity, because there's plenty of things that came out. Like I remember when Frozen came out, like everybody's like, yo, this is a very creative idea. Like all of these things, Moana, like look at all these stories. Like these stories are good stories that you can create, but I think they just got lazy, and we're starting to notice.
Yeah. And that's why they're flopping and no one's going to the movies to watch them.
Yeah, man. Or they're just stealing them. Yeah. All right. So going on to Caitlin Clark, bro.
Rookie of the year.
You're calling it?
Calling it. Rookie of the year.
All right. So I see what you mean, and this is what happened, right? I'm going to call this because I believe it. In all honesty, this is what I believe happened. They figured out a way. They're starting to finally treat Caitlin like Curry, which is what they should have been doing from the beginning. Protecting her, making sure that she can get her shots off, and making sure that she could do what she does best. Getting up and down the floor and getting inside. Dude, it's just true. They were not.
I don't agree with that, but okay.
You don't think that they were true? You don't think that she was being mistreated a little bit by her teammates? Like not being mistreated, but not.
Oh, you're talking teammate wise.
I'm talking about her teammates. I'm saying her teammates are protecting her like they should have been in the beginning. Now that they're protecting her and they're setting her up for success with plays like they should have been doing for Curry, like they do for Curry. They protect Curry at all costs because they know Curry is going to get them the win.
Okay.
And they're doing that for her.
I think it's more on the coach, because Steph at least has Steve Kerr. Caitlin, her coach, I think is finally figuring out that in order for them to win, Caitlin has to run the point. And she's been tweaking the starting lineup until she finally found the correct starting lineup, which since the beginning of the season is what Indiana Fever fans have been asking for. So it took some time. I do think the rest during the Olympics definitely helped her a lot. They're on a win streak, or they've been winning more. They're finally at 500. And also, Caitlin's just been balling. This last game versus the Sky, 31 points, 12 assists, and just nothing. Everything was easy.
Do you think that game was like a statement to Angel Reese though?
No.
To kind of steal that, say, hey, look, this is because you think about it. This is what I'm thinking right now.
Okay.
If I'm looking for Rookie of the Year, and then I see that game happen, and I see what Caitlin Clark is able to do against Angel Reese, and the response not be as heavy as far as like, because you look at an overall playmaker and you look at somebody who overall could play to win and also put up the numbers. That's when you look at Rookie of the Year. And I think the people who were battling the hardest for Rookie of the Year was Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. Let's be real about it. Like, those are the two people at the top of it, right?
Yep.
So now you have somebody who played directly against Angel Reese. Now, in my opinion, when I play basketball, I play a little bit harder. If I personally do like Angel Reese's hustle a lot. I feel like she's a very much of a hustle player. Has the longest double doubles out of any rookie. Like, she is just.
I have a take for that, but continue.
I know. I understand. People have it. I might have a response for your take, but yeah,
okay.
She's been dominating the boards, and I think that she had a strong case for it. But I think this game in itself might have just taken that away from her.
I would say ever since coming back from the Olympic break, it's been all Caitlin. I don't think Angel Reese has done anything this second half so far for me to be like, all right, this is still tight. Like, this is no longer tight anymore. This is all Caitlin's.
I don't think that's as fair. I don't think it's as fair. I'm going to tell you why.
No, hold up.
Okay, go ahead.
To see, like, if you were going to answer this. Yeah. I watched this last game, and Angel Reese had, like, 5 points, and I don't know if it was 8 or 9 rebounds, before all of the starters and the bench players came off for the Fever, and they put, like, the people that barely get 2 minutes per game to play. And the Sky also removed all of their starters and brought in their bench, but kept Angel Reese for her to continue to get her 10 points and her 12, 11 rebounds. And that, to me, for a team that is trying to fight for a playoff spot, that just shows me that you're more worried about her personal stats than the team trying to, like, win and make it to the playoffs. Now, I understand, like, a lot of their players were out because of, like, I don't even know if we could still say COVID, but because of that. So if we get canceled, I'm sorry, YouTube, whatever. But I understand that, and Kennedy Carter being out, who's, like, their best player. Let's be real. I get that, but also, like, to a certain point, like, it's not the first game where you're stat padding just to continue the streak. It's been multiple games now, and, like, I get it, but at least for me, I'd rather the team win. I don't care, like, my stats personally.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is the problem that I have with that type of mentality, and maybe you can match me on this mentality too. If I'm losing, I treat it as me being, especially if I'm a rookie, right? I treat it as me being a captain of a ship. I'm going down with it. You get me? So it's like, all right, dude, keep me in. I'm gonna keep playing. There's things I gotta work on. There's things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep playing on the court. Now, would we say the same if we kept a main player who mainly shoots threes or mainly shoots or is working on their craft as a point guard? Would we say the same if they wanted to stay in for the game throughout the whole game, even if they're winning? I mean, if they're losing.
No.
Okay.
You see everyone get subbed off. Like, you've seen, whether it's the Warriors, the Lakers, whoever, the Heat, once the fourth quarter comes around and we're getting our ass beat, the whole bench goes in.
I think that's all right. So I'm gonna have a hot take on this.
Okay.
I genuinely feel like that's more that can be seen as a misogynistic take. Because if Jordan was to stay on the court after they're getting blown out, everybody's gonna be like, "Yo, man, you know, he's riding and dying with his team." That's how people think about it. Because hear me out. Hear me out. When they take out LeBron, when they're getting blown out, when they take him out, then people
who are LeBron haters, they're like, you see how he is. You see what happens when they're losing? Then he wants to go ahead and sit down, but when they're up, then he's gonna like. That's how people are. Even though, to your point, you're absolutely correct. What they should be doing is that they should say, you know what, we lost the game, sit down. But they're stat padding. I believe that they're stat padding. But
yeah,
also,
I see what you're saying because Russell Westbrook has been he's done that before too. But look at how much people talk about Russell Westbrook as well for doing that. So I don't really think it's a misogynistic take or is viewed that way. I think more personally people are, from what I've read online, people are upset at the fact that it's coming off as her wanting to stat pad and be selfish and be like her own person instead of a team player.
But also, I don't think choice.
Exactly. I don't think that's what she's trying to do. I think most of this has to also fall on the coach. Hey, you're losing by more than 20. Her getting her 10 points and whatever many rebounds isn't going to change the outcome of the game, especially when there's 2 minutes left. Keep her healthy, put her on the bench. Hey, this is a loss. Whatever. Just get the bench players some minutes. Who knows? Maybe they'll come in next game and be hot. Yeah. But that's what I would do as a coach.
Okay. So what do you think about people saying, because I genuinely thought that you were going in the direction of, oh, well, like majority of her rebounds are from her misses.
Oh, yeah. There's that aspect of the stats too. But I think she brings more to the game. Like obviously once she gets better.
I hate that tape though. I hate that tape.
It's statistically correct though.
No,
like
but
her shooting percentages are ass. She can't hit a layup to save her life. And what's crazy is all of her percentages have gone down since the Olympic break.
Yes, but this is my point with that. You are battling like for at least 3 other women for the ball after you miss, right? So doesn't that say something to your offensive rebounding abilities if you're battling 3 other people and you're coming up and you're winning that battle?
I don't understand what you mean by that.
So like, let's say I'm going ahead and I'm driving, right? I drive inside the lane, I miss a layup, right? And there's 3 other people who are trying to fight for the layup on the other team. And then I get the rebound for it.
Okay. But you know how you shot the ball. You know where the ball's gonna land because of how you shot it.
There's still 3 other people. It doesn't often it doesn't matter. Like if I miss a shot or if I miss a layup, often it doesn't matter if there's 3 other contending people for that layup.
Okay.
It's me versus 3 other people, even if I know how I shot the ball.
No, but the thing is, no one is questioning her rebounding abilities.
No, people definitely are because they're saying that, oh, the only reason why she's getting why she gets those double doubles is because of that. And I'm like, no, that's actually still impressive because she's able to contest against these 3 other people often at least 3, minimum 3.
No. Maximum 3. I don't think minimum 3.
Okay, let's say maximum 3. That's still impressive that I'm fighting maximum 3 people for my layup that I missed.
For my 3, 4, 5 layups that I missed consecutively. I think, I mean, yeah, that came off like a dick. I'm sorry.
No, I like talking to you.
I'm still annoyed from earlier. I think she is probably one of the best rebounders in the league. Obviously not better than Asia because Asia's the GOAT right now.
No, Asia's the GOAT. She's the GOAT. So
we don't have to talk about her. I think she's up there and she will be up there. I feel like she will unlock a different level to her game once she figures out how to make layups and how to be a post player. Because if that's not her move, then she needs to get out of the paint because Camila Cardoso is a fucking beast down there, and I feel like they're not clicking right now.
I think that who has a better shot?
Cardoso.
Then she needs to stay outside.
No, Cardoso is over 6 feet. That is your post player. That is your center. No.
But it's either. So which one do you think is harder? To develop a shot, or to go ahead and have somebody else play a different style of the same position? Which one's harder to you?
Tell me, which one is Angel Reese better at? Shooting from mid range or making a layup?
Making.
Okay.
I think she's. Hold on.
We can move on.
Hey, don't clip this. I think she is better at making a layup than she is at making a shot. That's what
I will just say personally, due to the injury that Camila Cardoso had, she's not able to play at her full potential, but Cardoso is a lot better than Angel Reese.
Okay.
And people will see it. She is a rookie.
Oh, she is a rookie? Oh.
Yes. She was just hurt for the majority of the first half of the season. So she hasn't been able to show her full potential, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they're bumping heads because they're two bigs who play the same position. One is better than the other, but Angel Reese right now, Angel Reese was in a hot streak. So.
All right. Well, I get it. Okay, so college football. We're back, baby. Show off your shirt. We get it. We understand. You went to Georgia. You guys won a championship.
Multiple ones.
We get it.
All right.
Go ahead.
I'll just start. Obviously, big wins from UGA. Go Dogs, Georgia. Texas had a big game. A blowout. Ohio State had a blowout. Tennessee had a blowout. Last time I checked, Alabama had another blowout at halftime. And Miami, the U, is back, baby. We have a quarterback, which is crazy. But yeah, we beat UF. So, you Gators.
Shut that shit up.
Yeah. So it'll be an interesting year because the college football playoffs are now, I think it's 8 teams that go into the playoffs instead of just 4. So it'll be interesting. We'll talk about that later on. Yeah. And then we did have a couple upsets. FSU did lose to Georgia Tech. I think it was last week, which is crazy. They played in, I think it was Ireland, which is random.
Fucking weird. Okay.
Yeah, and then last I checked, Texas A&M and Notre Dame was a close game. I think it was tied at 6, and then Oregon was also a close game versus Idaho, which is random.
Damn. So what do you think about Colorado so far?
Oh, Colorado. There's so much drama going on. I want them to win more than 4 games. Because they only won 4 games last season.
Damn.
I'm just stating the facts, bro. I know it's harsh, but I'm just stating the facts. I want them to do good. This last game they played really good. But they need to be beating teams that they're supposed to beat.
Got you.
So
just pulling it together.
Yeah, putting it together, and I think the culture, all the drama that's going on with the culture, I think they need to figure that out.
I honestly think the lights were too big. The lights were too bright, too early.
Yes.
And that's all that happened. So, but they'll get it together,
I agree.
hopefully.
Yeah.
All right,
who knows? So, they might be a sleeper team.
Yeah, I'm sure. The NWSL. New CBA deal. I don't even know what that means.
Cool. So the NWSL is the National Women's Soccer League that we have here in the U.S., where all of our U.S. women national team players, I would say 80% of them play here in the U.S. So they signed their new CBA deal. So it's basically the same deal every other sport association has with their players and their organizations. Mm-hmm. So currently they had a draft pick. So you'd go to college, you'd get drafted similar to the NFL, the NBA, hockey, whatever, every other sport. But the thing is, it's this isn't common in soccer. In Europe, you don't get drafted. You just go to the club you want to play for, hopefully get signed, or your agent looks for clubs that are interested in you to sign you.
Okay.
So part of this deal is they eliminated the draft, which is great. So that means that you don't have to get drafted to a team that you don't want to go to. your agent is now free to talk to any team and see who's interested in you, and then you could come up with your own deal to go play wherever you want. So this is perfect. Back to like regular soccer culture that happens everywhere else except here. So this is a great one. So you'll see a lot of players who don't have to go to college now to get drafted to a team. They could just get picked up from whatever age, which has been happening a lot with current players that are in the league, which is perfect.
There's a lot of like 17-year-olds and stuff like that are playing and doing fucking great.
Exactly. So this eliminates that whole process, which is perfect. The second thing is that everyone is allowed to have a free agency. You're not attached to a team because of a contract. Like once you have free agency, you are free for anyone. So like you could talk to as many teams as you want, and then you make your decision instead of it just being a specific date or time frame or like specific teams that you could only talk to. Because previously they were like, oh, like teams can only have a certain amount of international players or teams from the national team, because if not, then super teams are created.
Yeah.
But the problem is like location is very important to a lot of these players. So like you see super teams in Europe all the time. It's bound to happen, but the only way to elevate it is if you start bringing in more talent from everywhere else. So eliminating all of that and allowing free agency for all is perfect. Again, following the European style. The next one is new workload management standards, which is pretty straightforward. Like obviously taking a break so that they're not being just like how the NBA does with Kawhi or like with their players, minute management and load management in general. So pretty straightforward. I'm not going to explain that. The other thing is that every contract will be a guaranteed contract. So it's not like we'll tell you you're going to get this amount. And then later on, they're like, JK, we cut your contract. So not everyone's going to get paid for the contract that they sign, no matter what happens. So it's like legitimate. Jesus Christ. I'm turning into you. I can't talk.
Talking is hard.
It's a legitimate binding contract. It's not like a whatever. And then the other big one for me is like no trades could happen without player consent. A lot of players have been traded to teams without even knowing. So like, for example, Lynn Williams, I think she was playing for, I don't know, it wasn't North Carolina. She was playing for a team, and during the summer while she was at, I think it was the World Cup last year or 2 years ago, while she was at the World Cup, she got traded to New York without knowing that was going to happen. She wasn't involved in the negotiations. Her agent didn't know. It was just like, boom, she found out because of social media.
Wow.
So like from having your home in this one spot to now being traded to a whole other state on the other side of the world. Boom, just like that. So that's happened to a lot of players. And one thing that they made sure to put in the CBA deal was that. So like if you want to trade me, so let's say I'm playing for New York, you want to trade me to California, I have to approve of it. If I don't approve of it, then the trade is not happening.
That's actually really smart. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, and it also allows players, so like let's say I'm here playing in New York and I'm homesick and I want to play closer to home and I want to go play for Orlando. I could also tell my team, hey, I would like for you to trade me to Orlando. Let's try to find a deal so that it works for both ends. That's also allowed. So it's a lot more communication, and then apparently the minimum salary is going to double every year, and by 2030 they should have a good amount of money, not only for just like the superstars, but also like rookies coming in. Yeah.
It's actually like really decent.
Yeah, it's become pretty iconic, so people are very excited about it, and I think it's going to do great, especially for anyone who's trying to get into the soccer league and also for international players. So I think the level of competition is going to keep going higher and higher, and it's going to be helpful for our women's national team. So exciting times.
And that's pretty fire. Okay. All right. So let's get in. Let's get into our series recap. So I have a bunch of them. I've been on like a little binge of stealing movies from different streaming services.
Can you please stop saying that?
Absolutely not. Listen, this is how I feel. If Disney can go ahead and murder my partner, if Disney could go ahead and murder my partner, and I can't sue because I signed up for Disney Plus.
No, they removed that
trial.
You know they removed that, right? They're allowing the partner to sue Disney now.
The fact that it was even a conversation.
I mean, yeah.
If that's the case, then I'm stealing. I don't care. I'm stealing. So, I saw Jackpot with John Cena and Awkwafina, which I usually hate Awkwafina because she puts on a very heavy black scent all the time for all of her movies.
Yeah, she tried to gentrify black people.
She always turns it into no way, girl. But she's like this little Asian lady. It's weird. But this movie was actually hilarious. And I also love John Cena. I love John Cena and everything he does.
Which is crazy.
He's just hilarious, dude. He's a funny dude. He's a genuinely funny guy in his movies. So I think that that was great. I know you didn't see it, but I rated it.
I didn't see it. I saw the trailer for it. So I have an idea of what the movie is about, and it was close to one of the movies me and my mom were gonna watch yesterday, but I ended up going with something else.
I love it because it's a creative idea.
It was an original story, okay? It was original, it was creative. I loved like the choreography, the fight scenes. It was fire. I had a good time watching it. I also watched The Union. The Union was with by the way, I'm gonna give it a solid 6.5 out of 10. Obviously,
shit, that's low.
No, it just wasn't. Come on, it wasn't a good movie. It was a good movie. You get what I'm saying?
Okay, I got it.
It was a good movie.
Yeah.
I also watched The Union with Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw that, and I will say that movie was worse than John Cena and Awkwafina, and I never thought that I would ever say that, but it's true.
So
you saw that?
I saw someone watching it. Okay, so when I was on the plane flying back home, I saw the people sitting in front of me were watching it, and I saw like parts of it, and I was like, I'm not watching that.
Doesn't look fun.
No, it looks stupid. Like, yeah, and there's a lot of like tension.
Yeah, it had a lot of Charlie XCX songs, and it had some oldies too. So I love those.
Okay, it was trying to have a Brad Summer and it failed.
Yeah, no, but I did think it was like all right. Like if you're a little lit and you're like, I want to watch this movie just like to pass the time and just have something to watch. That's okay, I guess, but there's way better movies. Yeah.
Cool.
Also, into my reality TV series, I just started watching F-Boy Island again. If you don't know what F-Boy Island is, pretty much they bring a bunch of contestants. Half of them are F-boys, half of them are nice guys. The 3 women who are desired, they have to pick whether these guys are F-boys.
Is crazy.
Yeah, because that's literally what it is. Like there are 3 girls who pick out of like these 30 guys, and they have to choose and pick whether these guys are F-boys or they're nice guys. So at the end of the show, if they choose an F-boy, the F-boy has the ability to take $100,000 for himself and just leave the girl, or they could split it 50-50 with the girl and be with her.
Oh,
now
I know, right? That's a win-win for the fuckboy.
It would be. But the nice guy, if you have to like pinpoint in like, oh yeah, I'm just a nice dude. If you're a nice guy, then like you only get the option of the 50-50. You don't get an option to like play her. So I
feel like that's still a win-win.
It is a win-win. The whole show is a win-win, but you have to be picked by this girl. So only 3 people get the opportunity. Now, I just saw it, it was just very funny to me because it was on HBO Max for the first 2 seasons. Don't ask me why I've been watching this for so long, but for the first 2 seasons, it was on HBO Max, and the quality and the humor of Nikki Glaser, who's a comedian, she is fucking hilarious. But the quality was impeccable. These people were in freaking condos, mansions, whatever it is, like on the brink of an island. It was beautiful, right next to the beach. Every date was a beautiful date. Then it went to the CW for
The
season 3.
CW fucks everything up.
Oh my god, the
They
CW
destroy everything.
murdered it. I murdered it. Like 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 all the dates look like dates that I could, like, I'd be like, I can do that. like I can do that right now. I can do it. I do it. Like it's a picnic or something lame.
CW sucks, man.
It
They
really
ruined.
does.
They picked up Supergirl. They ruined Supergirl. They ruined the Flash. They ruined Arrow. They ruined everything.
Everything, dude. Everything. And I'm like, this is depressing. Like I didn't like
Yeah.
I felt for the like even the people weren't as good looking. Like I was like, what's going on here?
So every quality went down.
All the quality went out.
Every quality.
But yeah, and also I saw Velma season 2. I'm gonna keep watching it because they keep making
Why?
it. So I'm gonna keep watching it. All right, so I have this ritual, and I've already told you guys about it. I go to sleep watching TV shows that I don't care about. And Velma season 2 was one of them, and it was just as bad, I guess, as the first season. Actually, no, it was not as bad. It was just still bad, so it didn't really matter.
Okay. So these are shows not to watch, fans.
Shows not to accept. No, wait, whoa. Velma season 2, you don't watch that, but watch F Boy Island. It's fun. It's a fun little ride.
If you like reality TV.
Go ahead.
Whatever. So something that I'm really excited about is Beetlejuice coming out. Really love the first one. Excited to see how the second one goes, especially now with Jenna Ortega in there. They recently did an interview.
God, bro.
Well, Jenna Ortega recently did an interview where she was saying that she doesn't feel Latin enough or Latina enough because her Spanish isn't good and she hasn't really like visited. I think she said Puerto Rico or Mexico. So she was just, I think someone interviewed and she said that, yeah, she just feels like she's letting Latina people or Latinos down because she doesn't feel Latin enough. And someone in a recent interview who was a girl that was interviewing her who's also Latina told her that she is Latina enough for all of us. And no matter what anyone says, it doesn't matter if you know English or it doesn't matter if you don't know Spanish, like you are Latina enough for us because of the amount of opportunities that she's gotten and like shown out for us. So now more Latinas and Latinos are getting opportunities. So I thought that was really cute. And I definitely felt that like she's opening up doors for a lot of people who look like me. So
I think it's like that is really big. I appreciate that because that is really kind of her, but it is a slippery slope because then you have other artists and other people who have tried so hard to be in the proximity of whiteness and have only appreciated their heritage when it benefited them the most.
Selena Gomez.
I didn't want to say her name.
Oh, I don't give a fuck.
You said it, not me. You said it, not me.
I don't give a fuck.
But I'll give you an example. Like, dude, when Black Panther came out, everybody wanted to be African all of a sudden. Everybody had a dashiki. Everybody had on the garments. And it's like, bro, I remember being an African booty scratcher, and that was the flex.
That's
like
crazy.
Yeah, I remember that. So yeah, and not over here.
Yeah.
Like I don't subscribe. I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah. I think for me, I do appreciate what Jenna Ortega has been doing.
Yeah. Because you never denounced it. You never tried.
Exactly. Unlike Selena Gomez, who only used it once like Spanish music was popping.
Yeah.
So that's my take. But yeah, I'm still excited for this movie. You know, I love Halloween movies, and this is one of my faves. So I will be there watching it.
And by the way, everybody who's going to say, oh, well, you know, we were kids back then, and you need to learn how to let things go. Fuck y'all, eat my ass. If we beefing, we beefing forever.
Yeah, eat my ass from
Shout
the
out to
back.
Cardi B. I love it.
All right, I'll do this one really quickly.
Go ahead.
So Sabrina Carpenter dropped a new album, which is surprisingly pretty good. Like the girl could sing.
Okay.
But she a freak. I will say that, which was surprising. Yeah, it was surprising. A lot of the songs are very sexual. Not expecting that, but definitely a freak. And then obviously her Taste music video has blown up, especially on social media, because she kisses Jenna Ortega and people are freaking out. Do you think it's queer baiting?
100%. I mean,
Cool.
yeah, definitely.
Same page.
You get, I guess, because to me, I mean, I think that they both look like little girls, so it doesn't really like. I don't really see it that way. But I think that for the modern who's kind of figuring it out, you're definitely just queer baiting. I mean, you get the hottest person for that age group, two of the hottest people for those age groups, and then you have them kiss on TV. Then yeah, you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I think it was a mixture of that, but it does like go with what the lyrics are being said. So like, very smart way to incorporate your lyrics with like the visuals for it, but also definitely queer baiting.
That's what it is. It's like, I mean, it goes with the song. It's like
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It made sense because I saw it and then I was like like going with the lyrics. I was like,
but when I saw somebody say like, and what they said made sense. It's like, dude, you know that there's a ton of 11-year-old boys who are just gonna be looking up like Jenna Ortega and Sabrina Carpenter making out. Like that's gonna be like the top search, but they can't control that.
Happens for everything.
They can't control that, but you know that you are queer baiting. You know that you're like it's and it like everybody does it. It's sensationalizing, just like we talked about in the last chapter. But I mean, great for her though. I do like her songs. I think her songs are really good, and it makes me feel like getting an espresso martini and dancing around with a margarita. I'm definitely going to be blasting it whenever I go on vacation and even when I'm at home. So I'm not hating on it. I love the music.
We can move on. I'm so over this.
Moving on to our special topic. You're never going to get rid of me though, bro. You're never going to get rid of me. So keep being over it.
Continue.
So moving on to our special topic. So, should celebrities be outspoken about politics? Look, I think I have my own perspective on it, and it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but I want to hear your ideology first. What do you think?
How are you gonna say that and then make me go first? That makes no sense. You should have just said what you were gonna say, and then I just jumped in.
Just did it, man. Just did it.
All right. My opinion on this is, while I honestly don't care, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I don't care. I know like celebrities like want to get political. I just feel like if you do want to get political, no matter what you believe in, like gain some knowledge from it. Like actually do your research. Don't just say shit to say shit. Because then like a lot of people will say something and then go back on it and apologize or fake apologize, AI apologies.
Yeah, AI apologies. I like that. Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like if you are going to talk about it, at least educate yourself before you like say something and then you come off as stupid. Because like all of us will call you out.
Yeah.
So like that's my take on it, honestly.
I think that's a good point because this new generation isn't playing that shit, and I love that.
Yes.
I think that celebrities should be sensible about where they want to be in their celebrity career. Like, dude, if you want to make sure that you're selling albums to everybody, then shut up. Don't talk about it. Like, if that's your primary focus, then shut up. But
pull a Jordan.
Pull a Jordan, exactly. White people buy sneakers too.
Republicans buy sneakers too.
Oh yeah, Republicans buy sneakers too. My bad.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I meant. But also, you also think about like people like Taylor. Like one of the things I really do hate is the silent support. like this, it's like kind of half supporting, half not, like half foot in, half foot out. No, go all
Yeah.
in or don't go at all. Like so,
Mhm.
like the Taylor Swift support and even the Beyonce support. It's like, oh, like we support Kamala, but we're not gonna say it out loud because that would be too crazy, and we're gonna lose listeners, and we're gonna lose this, we're gonna lose that. No, then don't say anything at all, dude. Just be
Yeah.
quiet.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree. I agree with that perspective
but
too.
also here's another layer to it that I was thinking about. You also, if you do choose to support, you better make sure you're fucking perfect. So, because I was watching, because Kalani, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so Kalani, she's very open about, like, supporting women's rights and this and that, blah 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 blah. And then she wanted to go ahead and take a picture with Chris Brown. The internet was like, hold the fuck up. You want to support women's rights, but you want to take pictures with Chris Brown? You can't have it both ways. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That's just how it works. You cannot have it both ways. If
Yeah.
you want to support something, full force, go into it, support it, but it doesn't. And then she tried to pull a, oh, we're really good friends. So you're good friends with the guy. It's not
Digging a
making
bigger
your
hole for
argument
herself.
exactly. It's not making your argument better. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, but a lot of artists, they want to be half foot in, half foot out. No, it's either you support or you don't.
Yeah.
Charlie XCX, she supported. She said, Kamala is so brat.
Is
Hey,
Brett.
that's your support, or is brat? Sorry, my bad. Oh, she put her foot in it and she said, "Yeah, that's how I feel, and that's what it is."
Yeah, but what's crazy is like she's British, so like her opinion doesn't really matter.
It doesn't. It doesn't. But you know what? Elon Musk is an American, but he can have all these opinions about Donald Trump. So all that shit goes out the window, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
nah.
You're right. You're right. I do agree with what you're saying though. Like you have to be smart about it, 100%.
Yeah, man.
Especially as a celebrity, because like there's other levels to it. Like you have a lot of influence on people depending on like how famous you are too. And like even if your fans want you to speak out, sometimes it's just safe for people to just like not say anything. Um because even though like we support all these celebrities and like we put them on pedestals, half of them are fucking stupid. So
Yes.
like we don't need their support for us to pick who we want politics wise. Yes, it does play a part, especially like with the older generation when they see like famous people and they're like, oh yeah, I'm a big fan of like the stuff you do. But also at the same time, like use your own brain, like do your own research, figure it
Yes.
out for yourself. Don't depend on like a celebrity to like change your mind or make you want to vote for something.
And talk to real people, man. That's the big thing
Touch
too. Talk to real
grass.
people. Touch some fucking grass. You know what? That's. I think we did it. On that note, touch some fucking grass, everybody.
Yeah.
Touch some grass, bro.
Grass.
So, I like I said, I think we did it. Some things we kind of could go over. Hey, if you want to go ahead and be interviewed, we have our Patreon in our bio, on our TikTok, and on our Instagram. And if you want, go ahead and follow us on TikTok too. We have all of our clips up there, and we will be doing exclusive content on there soon. So if you guys do want to get a hand on some of that exclusive content, go ahead and slide over there and just click that follow button. Um, but if you do want any of our special services, go ahead and hit the link to our Patreon. We got a bunch of stuff, from interviews, special services that we can go ahead and give you guys. So we have it all. And next, we just want to kind of say thank you to you guys. I mean, we've been running this for so long. I know to a lot of people it might not mean a lot because it's only been, what, 3 years, but to us this has been a
Amen.
very,
It's been an amazing 3 years, and we hope to continue to move forward with y'all.
yeah, and that's gonna be with you guys. So it's been
Mm-hmm.
huge. And I was kind of just thinking about it not too long ago, how much we put into this and the levels that we've gone through, the studio hopping, COVID, everything.
Yeah, we just keep
So
getting better and better.
Exactly, and we will be doing that with you guys. So just let us know what else you guys want, what else we can do for you guys, and we'll be sure to do that. But for now, this has been the J Square Podcast. Peace.